Dingus of the week, lost your paddle up shit creek. You're not smart, you're just an a-hole. Elon's calling from his K-hole. Write those racist tweets, tell lies about vaccines. Perhaps you'll be our dingus of the week.
Zach, do you want to talk about Thanksgiving food?
Liz, I'm feeling so thankful.
Thanksful?
I'm feeling so thankful for the giving.
You know I hate Thanksgiving.
Is this for colonial reasons or
Yes.
for, oh, okay. Yeah.
Woke reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically a holiday that celebrates genocide. Any part of like Thanksgiving where we're like, is like mostly mythology. It's not really true. I also hate it in what it has become. And it's like you have to get together with your family, kind of have a miserable meal. I don't think Thanksgiving food is that good anyway. And then you shop because of Black Friday. And I used to be married into a Black Friday family.
Oof.
And
That's tough.
this
So
family,
that's not your tradition.
it was a sober family, so no boozes at these Thanksgivings.
Do you think you would feel different about Thanksgiving if there was more booze?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I always feel like malt liquor can change
However,
the valence.
my family is a booze family. But Thanksgiving with my family
you were withheld.
Usually involves I didn't grow up in a booze family. They became a booze family.
They came a late to life booze family.
Yes. My parents were like we were mostly a temperance household growing up.
Interesting.
Baptist homeschoolers.
Right.
How about you? No, your parents drink.
Oh, my parents drink. My parents, we make alcohol is kind of our culture in the broadest sense.
Yes.
And in fact, I married into a family that similarly doesn't drink all that much.
Yeah.
And I remember like some of the first times I would my wife would come over, my then girlfriend would come over to hang out with my family, and she'd be like, "Well, y'all hit the bottle pretty hard." That was
Which is crazy because your
nuts.
wife is like French.
I know, but it's different. It's different. Like Europeans, they suckle to like slightly alcoholic teats. Do you know what I mean?
They're not hitting the hard liquor.
They drink like 2% Amaros and call that a drink. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? I can't feel joy unless I'm hitting Everclear. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I got
that rural drinking culture.
I gotta like tie one on in order to like enjoy the presence of my loved
You're
ones.
like, if this fuel can't power a truck, then I don't want any part of it.
That's the thing about ethanol is like everyone wants to talk about it's environmental unstable, but boy, howdy does it get you there.
So we grew up mostly sober, and then at some point I think it was like when all my parents' kids turned into adults and they had like tried to raise us to be conservative Christians, and then we all became adults and like everybody's a little gay and they're almost all super liberal except my younger brother who's in the military. And so they were kind of like, well, fuck it, I guess we ball. And then all of a sudden, and I don't ever remember this being discussed, but it was like, for a while, it was like verboten to drink at my parents' house. And then all of a sudden it was like, then I was like mixing Manhattans for everyone.
Was there a gateway drug? Was there like like dad got a whiskey set? Like what was where did it like what was the first touchstone where you're like, oh, things are changing in the waters?
Since I'm the second oldest, I left the house.
Right.
And so I wasn't there for a lot of those kind of milestones. I do think it was probably my dad just being like, let's just bring in a little booze. My mom still barely does. She'll be like, I had half a margarita. Now I need to take a nap. Like, Ellen. She'll be like, do you want to split a daiquiri with me? I'm like, under no circumstances do I want a daiquiri,
That's
first
disgusting.
of all.
Oh, daiquiris are delicious. I would just never split one. It's a tiny little drink for a tiny little guy like me. It's perfect.
But I do come from a family of mean drunks. Like my great-great-grandpa blew up his home on Christmas Eve with a homemade still.
That's pretty rad. That's sorry. You didn't put saint in front of that man's name, which is the correct amount of respect.
This is the first time one of my relatives appears in an American newspaper is this story. Yeah, it's like there's like immigration records because they're Polish immigrants. And then there is this story of this guy blowing up his home with a homemade still. So I come from a long line of miserable drunks, but like drinking at my family Thanksgiving just means like you're anesthetizing yourself while my dad is like going on a rant about how much he loves Elon Musk.
I think booze is the grist that makes the cogs of family work in some households, not in all households. Sometimes alcohol is the opposite, actually catches fire and proves to be very bad. But for some of us, for some of us, a little high proof booze just it brings a little bit of cheer.
Zach, let's talk about your feelings about Thanksgiving food. I want to do Marry, Fuck, Kill for Thanksgiving sides.
So let's get a cast. Let's talk
about. So I did some research.
Okay.
On some of the most popular Thanksgiving sides in America.
Okay.
And I'm going to list them off to you, and you're going to tell us how you feel about them. And Zach.
Objective.
So something you should know is that we are recording this podcast in the middle of America, in the heartland, in the heart of the heartland.
I can hear the beat from here.
That's right. We are
really
farmers.
Discomforting.
We're farmers.
I am rural.
We're rural.
I am
rural.
I as I live underneath this rough.
We're rural.
Down by the crack.
Wrong accent. But
Crick?
No, that's
crack.
They just say creek here. It's the Midwest, dude.
Crick?
That's Mississippi. But Zach grew up in Mississippi. I grew up in Texas. And we don't have the same feelings about Midwestern food that the Midwesterners do.
We have, I think, animosity towards the feelings and the things that they put on there.
Strong animosity toward a lot of Midwestern food. And so one thing that Zach really loves to do in gatherings of his Midwestern friends is to then just like insult Midwestern food. It's a whole bit you do.
I'm a believer that nothing matters until it is rated, and we must
rate some food.
We must rate some food.
All right, so sweet potatoes with marshmallows.
Depends. Good if enough brown sugar and butter have been incorporated into the sweet potato, and a good way to tell if they took it seriously. Are the marshmallows on top browned? If they're browned, you must get down. If they's white,
not tonight.
Not tonight.
Not tonight.
Next.
As they say.
If they're brown, put them down. If they're brown, you must get down. If they're white,
not tonight.
Not tonight. That's good. That's solid.
I want to say so many things to follow up, but I am not going to. Green bean casserole with the crispy onions on top.
Insane that people bring this to the meal. Like there are so many good ways to prepare greens. All of them involve putting smoked pork in it, and I would argue that really
spoken like a man from Mississippi. A vegetable is only good if there is pork in it. By the way, apologies to all of our halal and Jewish listeners.
Smoked turkey leg can be a fitting substitute.
But apologies to all of our vegan listeners. Also, if you're vegan and you're listening,
mazel.
Mazel. Thank you for
good for
putting
holding
up
it down.
with us.
Yeah, honestly, a plant-based diet, probably healthier.
You're gonna live a lot longer.
Friendly.
Yes, congratulations.
Anyway, so smoked pork or turkey, can be a good substitute. My primary issue is like people like think of this as a vegetable. We're dousing it in cream. We're cooking this down in cream. And we're not in vegetable territory.
This is the dish that Midwesterners make with cream of mushroom soup, like cans of green beans, and then they cook it by putting these. The only good part of the dish is those like fried French's,
which
fried
are really
crispy
good.
Onions.
Are really good.
Yes, but just eat them.
Yeah.
Have you ever just eaten a whole can of French's onions?
Yeah.
I have done that.
I think of it as
2020 dark time.
Cereal, just throw it in a bowl of milk. Yum, yum, yum.
I have actually eaten a whole can.
Here's the rule for this one. If it comes in a can, you sure you want to stand? I do kind of like canned beans though.
At my wedding shower, one of my mom's friends, my parents lived in Florida when I got married, and there was this like wedding shower hosted by all my mom's lovely friends down there, and this one woman, like, she bought me a can opener, but as I opened it, she goes, "I want you to know, no meal should involve more than one can." And I think about that all the time.
Is that one kind of can, or is that like
one canned food?
That's crazy. Canned tomatoes are superior.
How does this woman make chili?
How do you make chili? The 3 beans that you need, at least 3 beans that you need.
Yeah, what is she doing? Is she making her own? I think she was making her own
from
beans.
dried. Good for her. I mean,
yeah. But like,
good for
couldn't
her.
be me.
Couldn't be me. Good
I got work to do, ma'am. I have a job.
Yeah, better rule. I'm not going to shit on cans. Better rule for this one.
I love a can.
If the green bean casserole is soupy, it's going to taste like poopy.
I one time tried to make green bean casserole with like a roux because I was like, I'll be goddamned if I make it because it tastes
dark
gross.
roux. What are you doing?
Yeah, like brown and like brown the butter, make it, but it still didn't taste good. Yeah. And I was just like, we could just not do this. I really don't like that dish. Okay, stuffing.
There's a correct stuffing and then there's incorrect stuffings. Correct stuffing is oyster stuffing.
Correct.
Correct stuffing. So for those who aren't familiar, oyster stuffing is it's a pretty. It looks like a lot of different things, but it is normally a mirepoix. It is I like a cornbread, but I'm comfortable with folks that don't use cornbread. And then key, you've got 2 cans, depending on the volume, 2 cans of smoked oysters.
Yes, I one time made this with fresh oysters, and it was so good because the brine just gives it that like salty. Oh, it was so it was expensive.
Yeah, I bet.
It was really expensive to make, but it was so good. Okay. But when we do stuffing, are you in the butt, out the butt?
I'm out of the butt because I don't cook a turkey I don't cook a turkey in the way that God intended it to look on the earth. I cut the turkey.
Oh, you spatchcock it?
I spatchcock the cock and put it in the oven. I don't.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get it's just
so
easier
dry.
that way.
Yeah,
it's easier that way. I do conceptually like the idea of in the butt stuffing. I like the idea of in the butt, but in practice, I think it's a little.
I do not.
I think it's a little messy.
I don't like in the butt. It scares me.
Yeah.
Like you're cooking it inside a raw meat situation.
But it's gonna all come up to temp at the same. You know what I mean?
I don't trust it.
Okay.
I don't trust it. I have grown up around some bad cooks. You know how people are always like, my mom is the best cook.
Right.
God bless my mom. She is not a good cook. Actually, stories of her food giving me like explosive diarrhea are like famous in our family.
It's why y'all turned to booze, just to like make the like environment a little bacterially.
Yeah, my kids refuse to eat my mom's cooking because they've just been burned too many times, and I love that they have those boundaries. Not me though.
So the benefit of cooking it inside, just to give that pro case, the benefit of doing it inside, the reason people do it when they're not spatchcocking is it helps the entire bird cook more consistently, right?
I understand this.
Oh, well, I didn't. That's the case that they make. I think you're going to get better results. You're going to get a better turkey by spatchcocking, and you're going to get better stuffing because you're going to have more control over what it looks like. You can get a nice brown top to the stuffing because you're going to cook it in like a casserole.
I love it.
Yeah.
Jello salad.
Jello salad is
Jello salad is an affront to God and man. It is why God has turned her face from this country. What we have done to Jello is disgusting. It is not a salad, first of all. It is not good. It is bad. And I hate it. I hate Jello salad.
Period.
Cranberry sauce, real quick.
Cranberry sauce, I'm pro only out of the can. I think fresh cranberry sauce is something being sold to us by the cranberry industry, and I won't have it.
You gotta hand it though to the cranberry industry because they have convinced generations of women that if you have a bladder infection, you should drink cranberry juice.
I'm so sorry. Are you about to tell me that that's not true?
like the cranberry juice that you drink has so much sugar in it that it's not really gonna help you that much.
I have
It's
always
not
thought that if
really.
I'm feeling bad, that cranberry juice is going to get me, because it's so bitter that it's
I think whoever did the PR for cranberries,
for Big Cran.
Big Cran, you did an amazing job because you somehow convinced us that this is both a health drink and delicious at Thanksgiving when neither one is demonstrably true, you monsters.
Kind of breaking my heart. Something that I fundamentally believe is that if it's bitter, if the drink is bitter, it's going to make me better. So long as I can get that, so as I can get a little digestif, a bitter digestif, so long as I can get a cranberry, so long as I can get a coffee, right? That these things are what is going to cure my very soul.
Cranberries do contain, an element that is supposed to inhibit bacteria's ability to function inside the bladder. However, when you are drinking cranberry juice, it is so processed that there's not a lot of evidence that it's actually going to help you that much. But if you're drinking a lot of fluids, it can help flush the infection. So, is it better to drink cranberry juice or just to drink a bunch of water or just take an antibiotic?
In this economy?
Right. So I'm so sorry to ruin that for you. Okay.
I'm so sad.
And then the last thing, Zach made me add this to the list, but I did not know what this is. Zach, explain what the aspic is.
So, dating back to the golden age of Islam, you
my
have
God.
recipes of these kind of savory gelatins that are used to kind of like semi-preserve a number of foods that range from parts of fish to other meats. It tends to be savory. Bringing us forward in time all the way to, I think it was like 1897 with the invention of instant gelatin. You see in American cookbooks all of these this rise in the use of these things called the aspic, right? Which is it tends to be a savory gelatin that will preserve things like cut up carrots and peas and boiled eggs and pieces of meat and sometimes fish and all sorts of stuff. And let me be very clear, if you look at this today, your stomach's going to turn. It's going to look very gross.
I Googled aspic to find out what this is.
Yes.
It is savory jello. It's just savory jello.
Savory jello.
And it looks disgusting. Even the glamour shots of this stuff look disgusting.
It looks disgusting. And what I'm here to tell you is that I think that the aspic is due for a cultural revisit. You see the popularity of of like aspic style dishes kind of come in waves, right? And I think we're at the moment, what we're waiting on is for like a Samin Nosrat or an
Alison Roman.
Or I think the champion that the aspic needs really, the Barefoot Contessa.
Ina Garden.
What we need is for Ina to come in on her glistening white horse and to save the aspic. Because I feel like the aspic is a much maligned dish.
Wait, do you even like eating aspic?
Samin Nosrat hasn't done it yet. All I'm saying is that this is fertile territory, and if every one of this audience is a coward, fine. But if there's one hero amongst them that's willing to take up this charge, I think the aspic is ready for its cultural revisit. I'm telling you, 2026 is going to be a big year for the aspic. That's my prediction for 2026.
Somebody needs to bring back the aspic because it had this big rise in the 1950s, right? With the post-war kind of like those super processed food things.
The wider spread use of canned foods, wider use of instant gelatin, right? Midwest Lutheran cookbooks love these things. They're all over the place.
The Midwest Lutheran cookbooks, they're little freaks in there.
Little freaking those sheets.
Freaking those sheets. They are so disgusting in those cookbooks, and I love them. I love the booze drinks in those because it'll be like these Midwestern women can drink that, like the booze recipes in there will be like a can of concentrated orange juice, a can of concentrated probably crayon apple juice.
Classic.
You mix it in, you pour in a whole bottle of vodka, half a bottle of Sprite,
Ginger ale.
and then you freeze it overnight and make it slushy. And then that is your booze slushy, and you're supposed to be drinking this all day. I made this once. It two drinks in almost killed me.
This sounds delicious. You need to get concentrate rock. The thing about fruit concentrate, this is another thing. 2026 is going to be a big year for fruit concentrate. Fruit concentrate rocks.
You know what? Actually, I'm going to get on Zach's side a little bit with this because I'm sick of wellness influencers being like, just drink water and eat a leek.
Fuck
you know
water.
What? Fuck water. I'm smoking cigarettes and eating Aspic, and I don't care. It's just gonna, like, me with, like, a bottle of Everclear and a bag of Cheetos. Like, I am sick of everybody telling me to be healthy. Why? For what? In this economy?
And Liz, I'm interested in persuasion. I'm interested in what can we do to, like, bring about the society that we want. And if we want the Aspic, I've been thinking about, like, kind of how do we sell this? Savory gelatins are very high in protein.
Oh my God, big protein.
So what I'm trying to tell you is that what I need to do is if I can just get on the Joe Rogan experience.
Oh, yes.
If I can just get on the Joe Rogan experience with my line of high protein Aspic gelatin, it'll sell. The boys will love this. The boys will love this. And on top of that, I think like we can get into like the party culture. Jello shots. Who doesn't love a Jello shot? What if it was
the kids don't do Jello shots anymore? The kids aren't drinking.
Kids aren't drinking. I didn't say did we say the kids? I probably said the kids.
I'm
what I'm saying is the people that party. The kids don't party. Let's be clear.
Millennials are the generation that is like holding it down. Everyone else is like, we're gonna be healthy, and millennials who have like seen shit are like, we're gonna do the opposite. We are gonna just keep drinking because why?
Because 9/11 did this to us.
9/11 did this to us.
So I'm saying Jello. Who doesn't love a Jello shot?
Always remember.
Who doesn't love a convenient source of protein?
I don't.
I give you the Aspic.
All right. Zach, okay, so for those...
Fuck, marry, kill.
Fuck, marry, kill.
I'm going to... And we're assuming the good version of all of these.
Sure.
We're assuming... We got to assume the best out of people. I'm going to fuck... I'm going to fuck a really good sweet potato casserole with marshmallows. Mm-hmm. I'm going to kill green beans and onions. Fuck that. Fuck that in its best form. And I'm going to marry the Aspic because I believe in its future. I'm tying my boat on. I'm buying stock in Aspic. Aspic today, Aspic tomorrow, Aspic every day for the rest of my life.
Have you actually eaten
Aspic, I love you.
He hasn't even eaten an Aspic. Have you ever eaten a savory Jello?
I'm saving my body for marriage.
He has never even eaten a savory Jello, but the way he has fetishized it is, much like an incel who wants to get married. Okay, me real quick, marry, fuck, kill. I would 100% fuck those sweet potatoes with marshmallows. I don't like it. I'm gonna hate myself, but I am. Oh yeah,
smoking a cigarette right next to that empty dish,
rubbing it all over my body. Kill Jello salad, kill it to death, and then I'm gonna just marry a nice stuffing.
Stuffing will take care of you.
I love a stuffing is even a box stuffing is still pretty solid.
Stuffing will take care of you.
A stuffing, it's really hard to screw up a stuffing. I want a nice fluffy boy to marry. A nice, fluffy, savory boy who's filled with carbs and salt.
And a mirepoix, perhaps?
What's a mirepoix?
It's a celery, carrot, onion. It's just like it's the aromatic blend.
Oh, yeah.
We love that. It's the tastiest.
Yes.
It's the tastiest.
If a dish begins with that, then you know that you're in good hands.
If a dish begins with a mirepoix,
then oh my God.
If a mirepoix won't, then honey, you don't.
Okay.
No, we can be better than
Cut
that.
this
If a
raw.
dish begins with mirepoix, you know it's gonna be raw. We'll cut to right there and not use the hour of me trying to workshop that.
Nobody wants that. Okay.
Hello and welcome to Dingus of the Week, a weekly show where we check the very bottom of America's pockets, looking for that little bit of lint to bring with us. I'm Zachary Oren Smith, a political reporter based out of Iowa. I'm here with Liz LENZ, the writer of the Dingus of the Week newsletter. This podcast is the audio second course to the newsletter's visual feast. If you aren't already, sign up at its new home on Patreon. That's at patreon.com/LizLenz, spelled LYZLENZ. Support it by subscribing and becoming a member at $5 a month. Every member is appreciated. You can support the show by helping people find the show. Share it with a friend. Right now, type it in, take the URL, throw it in your email, and just send it to a friend. It'll do a lot to help spread the good word.
Send it to an enemy.
Send it to an enemy. Send it to Sean. We'll get there.
Oh, Sean's again.
Share it with a friend and rate it wherever you listen. So that's on Spotify. That's on Apple Podcasts. Just leave a review. I think it's a really great way to help folks discover a show that you're enjoying. Have a dingus of your own? Send us a voicemail by going to memo.fm/dingus. Leave a voicemail, and it might make it on the show. You may, if you sent a voicemail prior to this, you may have noticed that it was at Dingus of the Weck, because I can't spell. Someone put their illiterate producer in charge of...
So there's this memo.fm site where it's so easy to record a voice memo for us, and we're so appreciative of everybody who's starting to do it. More and more people have been doing this. We're very happy about it. However, when Zach set this up, he spelled Dingus of the Week, W-E-K, Wick. Dingus of the Whack. And it's been like this for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's been like this for
a quarter of my daughter's life.
Long time. That's right. A quarter of the time your child has been alive. And I think we can give you a pass because you are sleep deprived, because
I'm a new father.
I am but a father.
I'm but a wee father in this hard world. You know, if I believe one thing to be true, eat crow early, eat crow often. You got to make your corrections, and you got to do it publicly. So
yes.
To this camera, I'm sorry.
I never learned to read.
Liz, who is the Dingus of the Week?
The Dingus this week is Lindsey Halligan.
Lindsey Halligan. Tell me about Lindsey.
Okay. Well, first, I think we need to talk about what is happening in America. And it's really bleak right now.
Totally.
So I remember Trump's first term. You don't, because you were
I was 5 years old.
He was an infant. But so like I remember during Trump's first term, and all these pundits were like, he's playing political chess. He's got gamesmanship, right? He's making these cunning political power moves. And I think people have to think that, because the reality that we're facing right now in 2025 is really bleak. This man is a dum-dum. He is an idiot sandwich. He is hard of thinking. He is so dense.
How dense is he?
He's so dense, the light bends around him. He's got 2 brain cells, and they're squabbling over third place.
Oh, man.
On him, every belt is a tool belt.
Hey, yo.
When I read that one, I laughed for a really long time.
People laugh at their own fucking jokes.
All the time. And so I think there's a compulsion to ascribe intelligence to this man, because if he's actually as thick as a whale sandwich, what does this say about us? And, you know, I do believe we deserve better villains, but right now, the villains we have running the government have an IQ of goose poop.
Which is low? Which is low.
Yes.
Is low. Okay, just want to just to confirm.
Low and annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goose poop, very annoying.
Ruins a lot of lakes in Minnesota.
Ruins a lot of good walks. Mm-hmm. You ever get goose poop on your shoe?
All the time.
Yeah.
Because we live in the Midwest and the geese are out of control. So with that kind of contextual setting, we have this lawyer, Lindsey Halligan, who is interim US Attorney, who is prosecuting James Comey. And this week on Wednesday, she admitted. So let me just set the scene a little bit more. So Donald Trump is going after James Comey because he was the lawyer, head of the FBI, who was investigating potential connections between the Trump campaign and Russia during the 2016 election. Comey also investigated Hillary Clinton's emails. Trump did not like this and said to his Department of Justice, we need to prosecute Jim Comey. And actually, there was a lawyer, Eric Siebert. So there's this lawyer, Eric Siebert, who was the U.S. attorney, who resigned.
Wow.
Because he did not want to prosecute Comey or Letitia James, who is the New York district attorney who went after Trump for loan fraud. And so Siebert resigns, and Lindsey Halligan is appointed to his place, and she's like, me, I'll do it. You want me to go after Jim Comey? Let me go after Jim Comey. Damn. And so they pull together an indictment. It has 3 counts. They submit it to a grand jury. What we found out this week was the grand jury said, we don't accept one of these counts. And on Wednesday, at a hearing in front of the judge, Halligan admitted that she revised the indictments, but then didn't show them to the grand jury again. And this is like a huge no-no. And also, as part of this hearing about the indictments, and we're having the hearing because Comey's lawyers are appealing the indictments, saying like, none of this is legal and it's all bad and it should be thrown out. Right. And apparently also during the grand jury hearing, Halligan said to the grand jury that Comey doesn't have the right to remain silent, which you do not even have to go to law school to know that you have the right to remain silent. All you have to do is like get drunk and watch Law and Order. You don't even have to watch Law and Order. You can watch Psych. You could watch
a favorite
Monk.
show of ours, Task.
We love Task.
We love Task. We'll get there.
We'll get to Task. Again, it's an HBO show. Please watch it. It's wonderful. However, so there's this hearing on Wednesday, and the judge says, actually, I have 11 points for why this indictment against Jim Comey is no bueno. Oh. No good. And then, but the very next day, so that happened on Wednesday, on Thursday, Halligan was like, never mind. Actually, we did show the new indictment to the full grand jury. Forget about it. So they admit to doing something, and then they say, never mind, that thing we admitted to doing, we're not doing anymore. Oh, God. And it's like, it's essentially like the classic, oops, never mind, stat defense. And it's also like so convincing. And it's like Lindsey Halligan is like, Your Honor, I'm just a small girl. Can't be expected to know things or how to do the job that I was hired to do. And I have to say, Elle Woods didn't die on a cross on the Harvard Quad. So Lindsey Halligan could screw up basic protocols in court. And
so, like, is this like her first like criminal case, or like what? Like,
yes.
why is this?
So Halligan has no prosecutorial experience. Halligan, his previous legal career was in insurance. And was, by all accounts, a good lawyer, became partner at her firm, but no prosecutorial experience. And
maybe should know a thing about the Constitution, but other than that,
and one
lawyer.
of the things I love, too, is that she interned briefly for the Innocence Project, but is now working for the Criminal Project. Hey! It's called Trump's second term. And so, yes. And so, but now she's like being cited for like perhaps 11 instances of apparent prosecutorial misconduct that is like undermining this whole case. And we could get a little deep in the weeds on the on the nuances of it. So I really loved what Andrew Warren, senior counsel at Democracy Defenders, wrote in an op-ed. The hearing showed that the threat to the rule of law is not, as Shakespeare warned when, Shakespeare said, kill all the lawyers. Which is a favorite Shakespeare quote growing up because my dad is a lawyer. He said not warn merely the absence of lawyers, it's the presence of lawyers who treat the law as optional. This debacle resulted from installing unqualified loyalists in positions where they carry out the president's political vendettas, and it presents a clear warning that politicizing the Justice Department corrodes the very foundations of our democracy. And unless there are severe consequences, it will not be the last time this happens. And, Warren is highlighting a really important point that I wanted to talk about too. It's that, there was this big story that came out in New York Times Magazine that was, that interviewed a lot of former lawyers who worked for the Department of Justice who were either fired or resigned in Trump's second term, who are all saying that Trump is politicizing and weaponizing the Department of Justice against his political enemies. And that is bad. However, it's also resulting in the stupidest stories like this, where the lawyers who are standing up to do this work are such boneheads. It's not even a kangaroo court. It's more like a hamster tribunal.
Cute.
Thanks.
That sounds really cute. Much cuter than the actuality, which is the Trump administration weaponizing incompetence against the American people. What's crazy to me about this story is that Trump is putting an insurance lawyer in this lead prosecutorial position, and looking at the camera and saying, like, you're not going to say anything about it. I'm gonna put the bottom of the barrel in charge of this these very high posts, these very important posts, and we're supposed to shut the fuck up about it because that's how power works, right? That's the game he's involved in.
Yes, it's
crazy,
and it's just like. And I think it's very clear Trump is taking the people who will do his dirty work and putting them in place of all the people who are like, morally, I'm going to resign. I can't, if these are the orders, I can't carry them out. And there's two things that are happening because, like all Trump loyalists, Halligan came out the other day and was like, this judge is a woke judge who called me a puppet. I'm not a puppet. I'm making my own choices.
Choices to bend the knee and whatever Trump says.
Okay, Lindsey, if that's the hill you want to die on, if that's the Golgotha where you want to nail yourself to a cross on, okay. And I think there's two things that are happening right now. I felt a little complicated because I've picked women as dinguses of the week for the past 4-ish weeks. Totally. And I don't normally it kind of bends more towards men. And I was like, am I anti-feminist? But no, these are the anti-feminists. But I do think we are seeing something in our culture right now where women use these systems to climb to the top. And then, as we saw with Nancy Mace, and then, or also with Marjorie Taylor Greene is experiencing this too. I'm going to, use my beauty privilege, my white privilege, my upper middle class white lady privilege to climb to a top of a system that is based upon the abuse of others. But then when I get to that top, then all of a sudden I become a target because it is easier to target women, right? And so then I become a target, and now it's like, oh no, it's anti-feminist now to target me. And it's like, on the one hand, yes, a lot of the vitriol of Trump's attacks are motivated because a woman like Marjorie Taylor Greene dared to defy him. On the other hand, ma'am, you benefited from a system of oppression and you climbed to the top and now you're crying oppression. And we have a hard time talking about this like as a society because people will want to be like, no, she is the victim. And it's like, a little bit, but also the victim of consequences. And I think like, true, like Halligan wouldn't be in this place without all the boneheads who aided and abetted her along the way. But on the other hand, like, let's not be condescending and take away the agency that these women have. It's 2025, as we keep saying, women can be dum-dums at the same levels as men. And as always, we find this inspiring.
Women can break that glass ceiling.
That's right.
And as we've said, I think thrice on this show,
That's right.
can take those glass shards and put it to the throat of the women.
That's right. That's right. But we've seen Marjorie Taylor Greene do that this week, and I wrote a piece for MS Now about this. MS Now.
Yeah, it's MS and then in a surprise voice. Now.
That's right. That's the branding. MS
Now. You wrote a piece.
I wrote a piece about Marjorie Taylor Greene who has come out this week saying, I repent of my vitriolic comments in the past. And she's gotten praise from Rahm Emanuel, Hakeem Jeffries, and all of the women on The View.
It's really on top of my Jewish space laser. It's really hard for me to like see this the virtue that she's exhibiting now. The spark of goodness that's coming from her soul now.
Well, and she apologized because she is now being attacked by the president because she wanted to release the Epstein files. She's come out strong against his tariffs. She said the bold thing that actually 50-year mortgages are a bad idea.
Yeah,
Wow, what a brilliant analyst over here. But she's broken with her party and then has become the target of Trump's vitriol where he's called her Marjorie Taylor Greene. What?
I like when he changes her last name.
What a witticism.
Marjorie Taylor Brown. Right, because and then he adds the like addendum, like because like grass when it's not good anymore it becomes brown. What's I forget the quote.
I don't know.
It's but yeah, it's something to the effect of like grass when it gets gross. You get it. He looks at the camera. You get it? Is this anything? Is this?
This man is.
He sounds like me workshopping a joke.
Oh,
is this anything?
So stupid. But because like and now she's getting all these death threats and she keeps being like, I'm getting all these death threats. Let's rewind the tape. That's the sound of us rewinding the tape. How did Marjorie Taylor Greene rise to power, Zach?
How, Liz?
She attacked the Parkland shooting survivors. She made a series of viral videos where she's screaming at David Hogue, one of the Parkland shooting survivors, calling him fake, calling him an actor, like saying he, was just being like a tool of the left. This is a man, he was a teen then, a man now who watched his friends die in a school shooting, and she used his pain to make all these like shitty videos. They went viral. It's how she kind of like climbed to prominence and then ran for Congress in Georgia. She espouses Islamophobic conspiracies. You said the Jewish space lasers, anti-Semitic conspiracies. She was she was one of the people who spread the election conspiracy. She got banned on Twitter for spreading election conspiracies, and those election conspiracies resulted in January 6th, where people died of violent rhetoric. You play violent rhetoric games, you get violent rhetoric prizes, and now the fact that like it's called consequences.
Consequence culture, as I've been hearing from the right. It's consequence culture.
And now she's like, I apologize, but she's not apologizing for the conspiracies.
Absolutely not.
And she's not being specific, like my passive vitriolic comments. Who?
Right.
What? Why? When? Where? And now we're all supposed to like. And she's still out there defending Nick Fuentes, famed white nationalist Nick Fuentes. And so it's like she's still espousing white nationalist tendencies But now she wants like praise and forgiveness, and all these people are like, our Democratic tent should be big enough to include her. No, it shouldn't. No white nationalists in my tent.
Yeah. I understand the drive, right? I understand the drive to like want to build bigger coalitions. I understand the drive to want because like the idea is like if you're the party out of power, like you're trying to grasp at whatever straw is there. But like I think that there's a difference between extending the tent and voting for the same idea, right? And like the idea that folks are going to, we don't have to erase the sins of the past.
That's right.
In order, we don't have to, we have to brain hole the past in order to like find the future.
Well, this
right? That's actually like, that actually makes it a lot harder to get to where we're going.
I also don't think like forgiveness is our business. If she wants forgiveness, that's between her and her God. This idea that forgiveness is something that like culturally we can extend to, I don't know, shitty men who were sexual harassers or sexual abusers. That is not for me to give.
That's right.
And you have proven that you do not deserve political power or cultural trust. Right. Does this mean I want you to go die alone? Well, in some cases, maybe. Right. but like, sure, everybody deserves friend and family. Yeah, go fix your harm, right? Restorative justice. But like this idea that we extend this kind of like cheap forgiveness, cheap grace in our political culture is, I think, one of the reasons why we can't root out racism and white nationalism, because we're so quick to be like, never mind, it didn't happen. This is why everybody's like, what happened to Chuck Grassley? He has always been this way.
I think this is like, and I don't even know that Marjorie Taylor Greene wants our forgiveness, right? Like this feels like this whole cycle feels like an invention of some correspondents and some hosts who decided that this is a good narrative, right? That we found a MAGA partner in our resistance to Donald Trump, but that's not what this is, right? No. Like you're not going to suddenly get folks that want better things for hungry children this way.
Well, and we had to deal with this in 2016 too, where it was like, oh, look at all these like, Lincoln Project Republicans. And it's like, okay, well, the lowest bar is that they want the criminal out of office. They still want to take SNAP benefits away from single moms, poor people. Like, it's just like
we don't have to like agree to them.
That's right. We don't have to make saints of our villains. That's right. Just because we live in the political upside down right now.
Totally. Good for you. You did the bare minimum.
Yeah, I think the bare minimum is saying, hey, maybe a pedophile ring is bad and we should release information to the public about it. Like, that is such a low bar. Could we raise it a little higher?
And with that.
Liz,
you want to take a break?
Let's take a break. Okay, so we're talking about Thanksgiving, Zach. This is our Thanksgiving episode. So one of the things that the White House does every Thanksgiving is pardon a turkey.
And for like literally anyone else, given the ways that pardons are eked out across the country, the Iowa governor famously really reticent to give out any pardons for people who've served long sentences. Not Donald Trump.
He's like, who is the most evil people? Let's give them a pardon.
The like finance fraudster Binance guy anyway.
So it's an American tradition to give a pardon to a bunch of loser turkeys.
Which are the loserest of animals.
The most disgusting meat you could eat is turkey. It is not good.
I'm going to seg one conversation on smoked turkey legs. Smoked turkey legs are goated.
I do like a smoked turkey leg. So I wanted to pardon a dingus this year.
Oh, I think how magnanimous. How kind of you. Yeah.
I have been doing the dingus of the week for over 5 years now. That means that we have a lot of dinguses, and I made a list of potential dinguses we could pardon. And right here, I want to shout out newsletter subscriber and a dear friend of ours, Bo Anderson, who keeps a 10-page, 20-page, 30-page, 40-page, 50-page, 60-page, 70-page, 80-page, 90-page, 100-page, 200-page, 300-page, 400-page, 500-page, 600-page, 700-page, 800-page, 900-page, 1000-page, 2000-page, 3000-page, 4000-page, 5000-page, 6000-page, 7000-page, 8000-page, 9000-page, 100,000-page, 200,000-page, 300,000-page, 400,000-page, 500,000-page, 600,000-page, 700,000-page, 800,000-page, 900,000-page, 1000,000-page, 20,000,000-page, 30,000,000-page, 40,000,000-page, 50,000,000-page, 60,000,000-page, 70,000,000-page, 80,000,000-page data wrapper sheet
So
of
sick.
every single dingus in the past.
So sick.
And is actually, I would say, America's leading dingus statistician.
Dingus chronicler.
Dingus chronicler. And so I went to the list that Bo has compiled of the past dinguses, and and I went back and I found a bunch of dinguses we can pardon. And so I made a list, and Zach, you're gonna pick one of the dinguses off of the list, and I will issue that dingus an apology.
Oh my God.
This is a lot of
This is
power.
huge.
I also had people in the newsletter vote to pardon, and then I'll reveal the results of that vote after Zach picks a dingus.
And we have a couple of choices here.
Yes.
We're picking one to pardon.
Yes. So let me list them off for you and a brief reason why I picked them for this list.
Okay, perfect.
So first, we could pardon the Epstein files, and you're like, what? The files of,
Jeffrey Epstein? We're gonna pardon Jeffrey
No,
Epstein?
not Epstein himself, but these files, which were the dingus back in July. But I think the whole controversy around them is actually one of the things that is tearing the Republican Party apart.
Which, what a surprise. I mean, of all the things that would tear this administration apart,
I actually would have, because this is a conspiracy president in a conspiracy era. He has played games with truth. He is post-truth, right? Like a liar. And I don't know why I'm talking.
A liar.
I'm talking like the New York Times when I can just say whatever I want. Yeah. He lies and spreads misinformation. So when you spread misinformation, you're going to get eaten by misinformation. And it literally actually right now, because during the Biden administration, Trump and his allies were spreading all these rumors. Kash Patel, on his podcast, we're talking all these rumors about the Epstein files, and then these sexually perverted Democrats. There are some. You're not going to find a Democrat who's going to be like, yes, we're all pure as the driven stones. Like, dude. Bill Clinton.
No one's trying to defend Bill Clinton.
No one is trying to defend.
Throw him in there. Throw him in there. Throw him in the cell with him.
Please, we're begging you. Take Bill Clinton away from us.
Take Bubba from me.
Oh, my God.
For those that know, you know.
We're not talking about that. But the... Okay, so it's conspiracies, but you play conspiracy games, you get eaten by the conspiracy monster. And so at this point, he's cultivated a base where the actual truth is never going to satisfy his base. Mm. And so it doesn't matter at this point what the truth is. They can reveal the honest truth about the web of Jeffrey Epstein, and people aren't going to believe it, because they spent so long saying the government is lying to you, and now they are the government, and now nobody's going to believe that they aren't lying to you, which is so it's just I actually would have predicted this, because if you believe things you can't prove, then why do you think that at some point, if you could prove something, people would believe you?
When the boy cries wolf, eventually
That's right.
The wolf comes.
So Epstein files, tariffs, for a similar reason, is that they are ruining our lives. However, they're ruining the American economy, and this could also bring down Donald Trump.
The conversation around tariffs have proven what a surprise, right? That blanket tariffs with our some of our best partners, some of our longest-standing partners, our the most involved partners would be the thing.
Who knew that
economy?
pissing off all your trade partners would be bad in the end? There was a big front-page news story this week on the Des Moines Register that was like, "Farmers in crisis. Wow, I wonder how we got here."
Right. Yeah.
I'm so surprised. Also, milk is a dingus. I made
really in the Epstein files, tariffs, the drink, this cup of milk.
Well, if you've been
take this, milk council.
I think milk is disgusting. And it has become a running joke in the newsletter because I used to do a drink of the week back in 2020.
Right.
And people were always suggesting milk-based alcohol drinks. And I was like a White Russian.
White Russians are delicious.
Disgusting. I think milk is so gross. It's for baby cows. An adult should not be. If you drink, if you are if you're over the age of 10, that's right. I'm throwing 13-year-olds in this. If you are over the age of 10 and you are drinking a cold glass of milk every morning, get right with Jesus.
Okay.
You don't need calcium. You need Jesus in your life because that is disgusting.
I wanna point out that the latitude between a whole milk teetotaler and a glass of milk a day sicko, the gulf is deep and wide. The gulf is deep and wide. I enjoy like a nice, wholesome, small glass of milk every once in a while.
That you're sick.
You're sick.
The only thing.
Milk's good.
Milk is not good.
Milk's good.
Did you ever see the comedian Vinnie Thomas do his impression of a Jersey cow? And Vinnie Thomas is one of the greatest comedians of our time. I love Vinnie Thomas.
I don't know any stand-up from.
Should I play I wonder if I could find the clip and we can
find the
play
clip
it.
and we'll play that clip right here. This guy on Instagram.
Oh my God, what are you drinking?
Yeah.
Are you just drinking a glass of my milk? Like with nothing in it, just a plain glass of cow's milk? No, I'm not being judgmental. It's just like, it's for babies, like little babies. All I'm saying is it's weird for like an adult man to be sitting here drinking a glass of milk. Oh my God, you don't need to get so defensive. It's weird. Well, why the frick are you even drinking my milk? You got 15 million kinds of milk you could drink, like oats and almonds. Or goat or whatever.
I also am mad at the milk lobby because they the dairy lobby.
It goes all the way to the top.
Well, it does because in Iowa, the Iowa legislature passed a law that you can't use margarine in school lunches. You have to just use butter, which is expensive. But they did that because of the dairy lobby. The dairy lobby has its foot on the neck of middle America, and I resent it. And I think they're trying a new marketing technique with baby girl. Get a hot younger man to force a horny older woman to drink a glass of milk, and somehow that is supposed to be sexy, but that is not working on me. Nicole Kidman, Harris Dickinson.
I didn't see Baby Girl. And honestly, the way that if that's the one detail I have going into this flick, I ain't watching it. I don't think was it good? I heard it was good.
I enjoyed it. That is very different from me arguing that it is good.
Okay.
I thought it was interesting. I thought it was one of the few movies where you get to see an older woman who is married be sexually deviant and not be punished for it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, in a way that doesn't feel vindictive by the movie makers. That said, there are, I don't think it's this feminist movie, but I don't think a movie has to be feminist to be good or interesting. I just thought it was interesting about power and sexuality and women's pleasure.
Yeah.
And for those reasons, I really enjoyed it. But here's the thing, here's my beef with it, is that you can't market a movie as being really, really sexy and then not show me enough sex scenes. There were more sex scenes in 90s movies than we're getting now.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to a theater because I heard a movie was horny, show me some butt.
I need butt. You mean I paid
my intelligent
I paid
analysis.
$12 and I didn't see a single ding-a-ling?
That's right. But yeah, and that's the thing too. It's you see more women's body parts than men's body parts. This is my problem with challengers. If you're gonna tell me a movie's horny, show me the sex scene.
If you're not hanging dong, I'm
right.
not
I'm
coming
not
along.
Yeah, I'm not coming along. Okay, so Milk, and then Dolly, my dog, who I made the Dolly is my Alaskan Malamute. I made her the dingus in 2023. The worm in RFK Jr.'s head, just a worm, maybe just doing his job.
We love his work. We're such a big fan of the cookie cutter.
Well, can you really hold the worm responsible? Is that putting too much power? I that's why I brought up the worm as a potential for pardon.
Can we blame the worm?
Should we blame the worm?
I mean, the worm
fair?
certainly had an impact.
Just for the worm.
Maybe like per
But it's
ounce
just
per
a
ounce, maybe the
parasite.
most important biological creature
It's just
per pound in U.S. history is the worm inside RFK's head.
But it was just doing what it needed to do biologically. Like,
Aren't we all? Yeah, aren't we all? Free this worm.
Okay, climate change, because Mother Nature's pissed and she has every right to be. Maybe she should take us out.
Okay.
Also, dress codes, which I wrote this dingus to defend John Fetterman.
A take that has held up beautifully.
So poorly. And I'll say this, I will stand by every single one of my dingus picks. I actually accept the dress code one, which brings me the deepest shame, because at that time, I, along with a lot of Americans, had huge hope for John Fetterman. And the way that I thought he was going to like be emblematic of progress we can make in the Democratic Party. That did not happen. He has become deeply regressive, and it has had these just like morally vacuous stances on the genocide in Gaza. His whole thing was like, Democrats need to stop hating men. Well, great, now I hate you, so good one, Fetterman.
The problem with John Fetterman has never been his dress code, right? Which, like, you know, it's like people that clutch their pearls about decorum, about dress codes, right? Like, we live in a society, we live in a world with a genocide. We live in a world where there are so many issues that we need to resolve, and the more air we devote to the man's shorts, like the more, that's
matter.
taking your eye off the ball.
That's right. And you know, and I went out hard against dress codes because at that time my daughter was in middle school, and she was getting hit hard at this like school with their unequal dress codes.
That's
and
right.
girls, especially young black girls, are more likely to get dress coded than their peers, and that is because of the way dress codes get handled unfairly. And so I went out hard against dress codes, and I don't know, I kind of regret it. Zach, do you want a moment to think about who you're gonna pick for me to apologize to?
Talking through these, Mother Nature does not need our pardon. Mother Nature does not recognize our ability to dingus or be dongest.
Mother Nature does not respect our authority.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say I'm gonna save the pardon for someone who actually recognizes its import.
That's right. Milk.
Dress code, because Fetterman has so thoroughly shat the bed since being elected. Unfortunately, that casts a shade across the visage of dress codes everywhere. So sorry, dress codes. The worm at RFK, again, pound for pound, the most important worm, or the most important biological creature in American history, I would say, is the parasite in RFK Jr.'s head, formerly in RFK Jr.'s head.
Do you know who else is a very important worm right now in American culture? J.D. Vance.
Hey,
got his ass.
I noticed the couch isn't on here, so I will. We won't pardon that one.
How
either.
funny is it that like a whole news cycle comes out about him potentially? Somebody just made a tweet about him fucking a couch. It went viral because everybody looked at this man and was like, "I could
plausible.
believe this."
Yeah, plausible. I'm gonna say I kind of like the idea of the pragmatic. So like the Epstein files and tariffs are ones that I would say are like, just, it is true that these things were more important and more influential than we thought early on, right?
Again, that's you. I always thought they were.
Yeah, but like that's the reason they would be dinguses, right? Would be like the discussion around them. So I kind of like the Achilles dingus. So I like them, but I couldn't pick one over the other, right? Both are being very important in terms of leading to fracturing the far right. And so I got to give it to Milk. I gotta give it to Milk. Milk is in these streets, providing a source of nutrition for. I am funded by the Dairy Council, and so thank you, Dairy Council, for all of the dollar bills that you slid into my pockets over the years. Milk is delicious. It comes in a variety of versions: 2%, the humble 1%, the low fat. This is not to mention my muse. Strawberry milk. Have you had a strawberry milk recently?
No, because I'm not a 12-year-old boy.
Ugh. Boy, does strawberry. Go out and get yourself a glass of strawberry milk. If you can send me a receipt, I still won't pay for it. But I would like to see. I'd like to know that you're buying strawberry milk.
Okay, are you ready for me to apologize to Milk?
I've wanted nothing more in my entire life.
This is so good. This is so good because this has been a 5-year running joke among the people who read the newsletter. If you read the newsletter and you sign up to be a paying subscriber, you can join the Discord. And in the Discord, one of the people there, Caitlin, created a special little response that is a glass of milk because people love to make fun of me about how much I hate milk. Okay. Milk.
Dear Milk.
Listen, Milk.
Reader.
I was a little harsh to you. You have you have done some good in this world. You have given me cheese. I like your cheese. I like whipped cream. And that is good. I put it in my coffee every day.
Wow.
You know, Milk, was I a little too hard on you? Some might argue that. And they might have some points. So you have redeemable qualities, mostly when your enzymes get whipped into a frenzy. I like that. I also like the role that you played in the movie Baby Girl. You did a great job. I think you deserved a supporting actor award for that role.
You got snubbed.
You were horny, and I like that in a glass of milk. And I like that for you. You know what? I also I like eggnog.
You've been pitching eggnog every time I come over here.
I put eggnog in my coffee. Once November hits, I buy eggnog. I put it in my coffee. It's in my coffee right now. So, Milk, was I needlessly cruel to you? Perhaps. Milk, you also gave my children strong bones. They had to drink it.
Shout out calcium.
Little. So thank you for having calcium. Thank you for giving us butter. I love me some butter. Thank you for giving us cheese and whipped cream and eggnog
and strawberry milk. Say it. It's in the teleprompter.
And
it's
thank
on
you
the
for
teleprompter.
giving my son and this other small boy strawberry milk. Thank you for giving the small boys of the world strawberry milk.
Thank you for your service, Milk.
Thank you for your service, Milk. Do you want to hear who the people voted to redeem?
You didn't say you were pardoned.
You are hereby pardoned from Dingustry.
Forever and ever. Amen.
I'm not saying forever and ever.
For future crimes, this does not apply.
There's no double jeopardy. There's no double jeopardy here. There's no constitution. All right.
In Lizandia.
So I also asked the newsletter readers to vote for who the dingus that should be pardoned is. And you are going to have a real problem with this.
Is it me?
No, you were not on the list. I gave them the same list I gave to you. As we are recording, we've had 182 responses.
Holy shit.
That's right. My readers are the best. And they are voting overwhelmingly to pardon Dolly, the Alaskan Malamute.
Congratulations, Dolly, the Alaskan Malamute.
Zach has a huge problem with Dolly. Zach is scared of my Alaskan Malamute.
It's a wolf. Sometimes a wolf that just will walk into recordings unannounced.
Well, we put her outside now for the recordings. But Zach is terrified.
It's a big dog.
Of my Alaskan Malamute. She is 127 pounds.
I could fit inside her mouth. She could unhinge her jaw and swallow me like an anaconda.
And I mean, I got her in 2020 when I was getting a lot of death threats, and I, talked to the police, and they were like, nothing we can do. And one guy was like, just get a dog. And then my friend who has Malamutes was like, come with me to look at these puppies who are related to their dogs. And you don't just go look at puppies when you're depressed.
Absolutely not.
So in January of 2020, I went to look at puppies, and then I came home with a 60-pound puppy who I named Dolly. I named her Dolly June Cash Carter LENZ.
Incredible.
Dolly June Cash Carter LENZ. And
do you say the full name when she's in trouble?
Sometimes.
Dolly June Cash Carter LENZ, you get that out of your mouth.
Well, she is such a nightmare, and she gets into everything.
Of course.
She's really smart and stubborn.
And that's what I hate about her, is she's too smart for me.
She is really smart. People will confuse her with a husky. She is not a husky, because huskies are used as sled dogs. And a great fact about Alaskan Malamutes is if a dog has more than, I think, 10% Alaskan Malamute in them, mushers will not use them to pull sleds because they're too stubborn and they don't follow orders. She is so smart. I can teach her anything, but at some point she'll be like, I am actually the captain here, and I have decided not to listen to you. And so and also she's 127 pounds. She can open the cupboard. She has eaten at least 3 boxes of Captain Crunch, where she has opened the cupboard, pulled out a box of Captain Crunch,
poured it into a bowl,
eaten it with a spoon. No, and there was one time where she was still a puppy. She got into a corner cabinet. I don't know how she got it open. She's never gotten it open since.
Right.
Pulled out a plastic tub filled with flour, because I like to decant my flour into plastic tubs because I'm an organized middle-aged woman, and spread it all around the house. So I came home late from doing something, I think a book event or book talk, and I come home and there's just flour all
That's a nightmare.
Over my house. She's broken 2 doors by pounding them with her paws. She broke the fence. I had to get my fence gate replaced because she broke it, because she can open it. And so but this is why I named her Dingus. However, Dolly, you sweet baby.
You sweet baby girl.
You love me. You protect me. You sleep by my side of the bed every night.
When I walk in the front door, who is it that comes and says hey, what do you got? What are you carrying? What are you carrying? What do you got? What is this?
She has scared. I tell, when people come to my house to do work, I'm like, and I work out of the house, right? So I'm just like, if you're going to be coming in and out, please let me know, because I will put Dolly up, because she doesn't like it when strange men just come in and out of the house. And one time I was working, and all of a sudden I hear a guy go, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I come out, and she has backed him into a corner and is growling because her nose is crotch level. This is why a lot of men have a problem with her, is because her nose is right at male crotch level. And that's also why I love her. Dolly, this is a Dolly pardon.
This is a Dolly pardon.
It's a Dolly pardon.
This is a pardon for Dolly.
I had told this man, I had said, let me know, I will put her up. I'll lock her in the room with me. But he was just like, no, men do this thing. They're like, I'm good with big dogs. I'm good with big dogs. And guess what? Dolly's not good with you.
I'm not good with Dolly. I'm not good with most dogs, specifically big dogs.
And so, Dolly, you are pardoned. You love me. You protect me. I have no doubt that if somebody were to come into my home in the middle of the night, you would tear out their crotch. And I love that for you. You're a little misandressed. You're a beautiful wolf, baby. And you go on really long walks with me. You keep me from being depressed.
And she's got to be really warm.
She also, my kids snuggle her.
Yeah.
When my kids would be sad or something, they would throw their arms around Dolly and cry into her fur.
That's really sweet.
She loves my kids and she loves us. And again, like I was depressed in 2020. I got her. She was one of the reasons I got out of bed in the morning, because if you adopt a wolf dog, you have to take this wolf dog on walks. And so I love this. I love this dog, and you are pardoned. However, she did eat a whole tub of butter 2 days ago, and her farts have been stinking up the house.
And every single one of those farts, because the butter was eaten before this pardon was given, are covered under this pardon. Any subsequent butter that contributes to farts, those will not be covered. This is just, it's in the fine print of the pardon.
So we did 2 pardons today, Milk and Dolly, the dog, the people's pardon and the Zach pardon. I knew Zach would never pick Dolly to be pardoned.
I would never. It's a thing about me is I don't like dogs. I grew up with dogs. I do. There's something about them that puts me on edge.
God, you have a rotten soul.
I do.
To not like dogs?
Yeah, I don't know. They always jump on me. There are some good dogs. Dolly
doesn't jump. I trained her not to jump.
Dolly doesn't jump. If Dolly did, can you imagine?
Well, that's why I trained her not to jump.
Oh my God.
She used to jump when she was a puppy.
Dolly and Jolene, so friendly to me when I walk in.
They're very sweet.
They're
dogs.
very well trained dogs.
Jolene is also, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you should. LENZ on Instagram. But I share pictures of my dogs, and Dolly is a large Alaskan Malamute who goes on long walks with me. And then I have Jolene, who is a tiny little Dachshund Maltese mix who is 7 pounds. She is more squirrel than dog. I cannot take her on walks. Sometimes people say, how come you only walk one dog? Because if I walk Jolene around the block, then she'll stop walking. And we have to carry her.
You could get like a little saddle for Jolene.
We've thought about it.
I like
or
that.
Or like carry her
a little cowboy
baby
hat.
carrier. Yeah, put her and Dolly
Spurs.
on a saddle.
Can you imagine the spurs?
That'd be so cute.
I would like that dog. This is the line. Dogs with cowboy hats. I would like a dog with a cowboy hat.
I do have a lot of outfits for Jolene that I try to put on her, but she will not tolerate it. One time I put a little sweater on her because I was like, oh, it's the winter and she's just a little girl. She'll get so cold. I put a little sweater on her, and the next thing I know, I was watching her pull the sweater off, put it on the ground, and then she peed on it while staring me directly in the eyes.
This is what I think of your stupid sweater.
Jolene is so sweet. I have never seen her. I have seen kids pick her up and put her in baby doll clothes. She has never once been cruel or mean to a child or another dog. Dolly does not get along with other dogs.
Puts her past the Trump administration.
That's
wow,
right.
that's what a...
both my dogs are very sweet. Jolene can get along with anyone. Dolly will not get along with other dogs except Jolene, but she would probably kill for me, and I like that.
So Liz, you know how we collect voicemails from the viewership, from the public, from Joe Publics everywhere,
yes.
Jane Publics everywhere, about who the dingus of their week is.
Yes.
And we got one voicemail from listener G.
My black horse Dingus is the weasel that chewed through the wires of the Large Hadron Collider in April of 2016, putting us in this stupid timeline. I think about that weasel at least once a week.
What a dark horse Dingus.
I love
what
this
a dark
Dingus.
weasel.
What the dark weasel.
The dark weasel. So, for those of you who don't remember, in April of 2016, a weasel chewed through the wires, shutting down the world's most powerful particle collider.
Which is crazy.
And I just think it's just like this Large Hadron Collider is like an achievement of like human ingenuity, our brains, our thinking, and all it takes is one little
nasty
weasel.
Little guy to literally weasel his way past like some of the like most intense security parameters. I would imagine for a particle collider.
Let me read a quote from the head of the press for this, the organization that runs the 7 billion particle collider in Switzerland.
Jesus.
We had electrical problems, and we are pretty sure this was caused by a small animal. And then after that, they said, okay, it was actually a weasel, and it was just, I think, like a good moment, because this is 2016. This is before Trump is elected. And so what G is positing here is that this is when we split off into a timeline and we got put in the stupidest timeline. And somewhere there is a timeline where the weasel never chewed. Trump was never elected.
I mean, like, I'm so on board with G. I do think we have been working towards this stupid time. We have been putting in the work day after day for this stupid timeline. I think this is like definitely a division point. Definitely a point, an important moment of fissure.
A split in the time continuum. I will say, though, my inclination when it's always man v nature is to take the side of nature.
Hilarious.
I do think justice for the weasel. I think it's beautiful that the weasel did this. I am actually team weasel here. And I think it's like when I love a crime, and I love it when it is committed by nature. I love a small mammal committing a little crime, causing trouble, and I hope that in the end, when nature finally tries to swallow us whole, it remembers that I always stood on its side.
You've been reading from an NPR article.
Yes.
And can you read the caption of the photo for the weasel?
Yes.
It looks like is that just a stock photo of a weasel?
Yes, they put just a stock photo of a weasel on the side of this NPR article,
Because let's be clear, did they find the weasel?
It probably died.
They found his body. They did not include a photo of the dead weasel.
If
in this
the weasel
reporting.
chewed through those wires, the weasel be dead.
I just like that. I like that. In case you needed to know what a weasel looks like, they have like a very handsome boy.
They
Here's
should
a
just
photo.
put up a picture of my ex-husband.
Ayo!
No, but the caption is a small mammal, possibly a weasel, because that's like journalism. Like, if they can't prove that it's actually the thing.
If I don't see the body, I need to examine the dental records of the weasel.
Right, test. It's like possibly a weasel gnawed through a power cable at the Large Hadron Collider, and it's just like a little weasel doing a glamour shot leaning against a rock. It's like a weasel seeing your picture.
So thank you, Weasel.
G.
What a great dingus.
I also have a dingus who probably wants an apology as well.
That's right.
Should we explain before we play the clip?
This is a podcast.
This is a podcast.
And we say, you may be surprised to find out that we just sometimes say things on this podcast. You might remember this from episode 3. Sean Dunn, admittedly not the best name for a folk hero.
I don't like the name Sean for a man. If your name is Sean, change it.
I laughed then, I laugh now, but we got contacted. So basically on our second episode, I said the name Sean is a bad name for men. We doubled down on it on the 4th episode because we kept hearing from Sean's who were like, hey, I started listening to your podcast and all of a sudden I'm catching a stray. And I thought that was very funny. Thank you, Sean's, for having a good sense of humor. But we doubled down on it to say no good Sean's. And then we got this voice memo from a Sean, which I thought we should play as we're handing out pardons.
Hi, Liz. Hi, Zach. Longtime newsletter subscriber and lifelong Sean here, speaking on behalf of Sean's everywhere of all genders, races, ethnicities, sexualities, what have you, to ask for an end to the baseless slander of our name. I don't know how the heroic act of pelting an ICE officer with a sandwich has turned into this overall cursing of our very name, inconsistent spelling or not, but it's unfair, it's unwarranted, and we're sensitive. So please be nice. Thank you. And if I may add, we, the global Sean community, denounce those of us who have and would do harm.
Oh, wow.
You're Sean Spicer, you're Sean Hannity, you're Sean Combs. We denounce, we disavow. They do not speak for us. So please don't blame us for them being shitheads. Thanks. Love the show.
And Sean, I love you. What a great.
Thank you, Sean.
What a great voicemail.
So Sean sent in these 2 notes. sticking up for the Sean community and saying that we are unfairly maligning all Seans for the crime of just a few. And I would say, you know what? In the spirit of the holidays, Sean.
Are you delivering into the camera? The way she hates it.
Sean, thank you for being a subscriber. Thank you for denouncing the bad actors in your community.
Going on a limb on P. Diddy.
I hope you remain committed to rooting out the bad Seans, because I want to see some Sean on Sean violence. And I apologize if you are supporting this newsletter and this podcast. You are pure of heart. And so I offer an apology and a pardon to you.
This has never happened. History was made today on this podcast. I've been an inside guy this whole time. I've been working for Sean, for the Sean
Big
Brotherhood.
Sean lobby.
I've been working for Big Sean this whole time. We've been trying to get this whole week into the car. I jump into a van. Sean, we got her.
Thank you so much for sending in those voice memos. Please keep sending us in your voice memos if you demand an apology for something we said. And Zach,
This is not precedent setting.
this is actually, I thought really long and hard. I was like, I don't want to apologize to Sean's. I stand by my anti-Sean beliefs. However, I am willing to come to the table
Whoa.
with Sean's and have a conversation. And so that is the offer that I extend to you this holiday season. While my Democratic tint is not big enough for white nationalists, it is big enough for some men named Sean. Not all men named Sean. You all have to.
It's very caveated. I like
It's
it.
so
Sean
caveated.
Hannity, trash.
Trash.
Sean
Spicer?
Combs, trash. Trash. Except some Seans.
Sean Johnson,
Probably
Sean the
listening
Sheep,
right now.
the
Sean
Sean
the
who
Sheep.
called in, and so that's where we will leave things this week. But please keep calling in and leaving us your voice memos at memo.fm/dingus DINGUS. That is how you spell dingus.
And you'll come to a page and it will no longer say, this is my promise to you, Dingus of the Week.
It will say
That's for free.
he finally learned how to spell.
It's a big week for me.
Zach, we are taking a week off for Thanksgiving.
That's right.
We will not be. There will be a newsletter. People get so nervous.
I get nervous. I was
There
like,
will
what will I
be a
read?
newsletter next Friday, but we are not going to record a podcast that Friday. So Zach, what are you
Liz.
looking forward to this week in your little week off?
I'm planning to watch a lot of movies.
Yes.
We have an excellent independent cinema in Iowa City called Film Scene.
Love Film
It's
Scene.
so great. And
I
they've got a
love
lot
Film
of.
Scene.
They've got a flick Begonia that I've been waiting to watch.
That's Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons.
Jesse Plemons. Also, Stavros, the comedian, is in it, and I can't wait. I'm a big Stabby Baby fan.
Yes.
So.
That I really want to see Begonia as well. You know what? In this house, we're excited for
What are y'all watching?
the new Knives Out.
I am so excited about. When does it come out?
The 28th.
The 28th.
The 28th, I believe.
I want to see it in IMAX.
I am so excited. I love a goofy little murder mystery.
Totally.
And I don't love the tendency of Hollywood to make a thing and then make 20 of it.
Right.
The only exception is Knives Out.
It's always good.
It's
Two
always
was
fun.
great.
2 is fun. You know what?
I had
It
a
was
great time.
fun. It wasn't the greatest, but it was fun. I just want a goofy little movie where people are having fun. You know, it's like a Clue. It's like the Clue,
Right.
where we all have a little fun. It's that Agatha Christie kind of we're all locked in a house. How are we gonna solve the crime? You know, I love that, and I think we need more of that. It is a winning formula, and then just pack it full of stars being goofy.
packet full of goofy stars.
Goofy stars.
Solving a little whodunit.
Yes, and my kids love a Knives Out. We're also gonna go see Wicked this weekend.
Are you excited?
Me personally, I'm just gonna be really honest. I love a musical.
Okay.
And I love Wicked. That said, that first movie was so long. And it's not over. And now I have to go see a second long movie. And I just how could they not fit it all into one movie? And I'm going to go see another one. And I will take my children and we will have a fun time. My little freaks, they love to sing Defying Gravity. They love it.
I went through a big big musical
Yes.
phase in high school, which won't surprise anyone. But Wicked was one of them that
It's a great musical.
It's a great musical.
It's wonderful. I love the music.
Yeah.
I love the idea of it.
Totally.
But I mean, am I excited? Because that is how I embarrassed my son this morning, and I love that. He kept trying to turn the music down, and I was like,
And
I
you
am
said,
driving this car.
no.
Yeah, I was like, well, no. I do, you know what, though, in this era of stupid news, anytime there is an Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo press tour.
Thank you, next.
They are out there. You know what? Those women are out there doing the work.
Amen.
They are being bananas.
Being real strange little
They're
guys.
being kind of weirdo. I don't care. I love it.
There's so much so much contact. It's so
Ariana
much.
Grande is so weird.
She's a weird lady. I like how weird she is.
I support it. If you're gonna be a movie star, you need to give us eccentricities.
Totally.
So when the holidays hit, basically from November to February, whenever I have some free time and I need to shut off, I love to go to film scene.
Yeah.
And I love to just go watch a movie by myself in the theater all alone. I love to go see like a weird foreign film or something that I'm like going in cold. I have a Letterboxd because I have dated artists and professors. I've dated a lot of problematic liberal men who all love Letterboxd and IPAs. And so I got because I'm like, I can be a woman in a male-dominated field, so I got a little Letterboxd where I'm like, what movie do I want to see?
These are like a shitty boyfriend starter kit.
That is.
An IPA, a 6-pack of IPAs, and a Letterboxd account, sign-in account.
Also the rereason I briefly had cryptocurrency from
Liz.
late 2018 to mid 2020.
What'd you buy?
I was dating a guy who was very
tipped
into
you in-
crypto. And he would just like get
Basel.
drunk and buy me a little crypto. And it was all in this little crypto wallet. And he was like, one day it's going to be worth so much money. And
Do you still have it?
no, I sold it immediately because
It might have been.
no,
What sucks?
not now. No, because it was no, it wasn't.
Okay. He was buying you Dogecoin.
It was.
Inu bucks.
Yeah, and like we had to watch all these documentaries on crypto together.
Oh my God,
I
Liz,
read
when
a
was this?
lot about crypto. I know so much about crypto, and that is why I'm so against it.
When was this?
Late 2018. We dated 2018, 2019, and broke up in 2020.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the hazard of dating men is then you
It's
have
the
to.
crypto.
it's
You
the
got to figure out
crypto.
how to sell crypto.
I know, and I love it now when like people like men will be like, "Oh yeah, crypto." No, what do you know about? And it's like, don't talk to me. Do not talk to me.
You crude porcine boy.
Yeah,
I was
like-
there when the blockchain was invented.
I know all, and I know it was a scam from the beginning.
You
It
have
is
no
a
power
scam
here.
now. And the only reason men aren't talking that much about crypto anymore is because now they're all into like sports betting, which is
And-
just
and-
another scam.
Sports betting and tea supplements.
Oh
Love a tea
God!
supplement.
And it's just like
I've been
you know
thinking
what?
about getting one.
You
A
know
tea
what?
supplement?
If you are in that much, if you're in that much of a hurry to lose your money in the stupidest way possible, you could just subscribe to this newsletter. Buy me dinner.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so I'm very excited for hot movie season. The other thing I wanted to tell you, very exciting news, Zach.
What is it, Liz?
Task, our favorite show, the official show of this podcast.
Official show.
Task.
And thank you,
Starring-
HBO, for all the funding that you'd give us. That's how we afford
That's
Dolly's bougie
Dolly's food. Oh God, it's so expensive to feed her.
She's a growing girl.
She is a growing girl. I don't even get her that fancy of food, and it is a lot of money. But
Task got renewed for a second season.
Task got renewed for a second season. Mark Ruffalo is coming back.
I'm so excited.
Season 2.
But I think the question you have to ask yourself is like all these threads got tied up in the first season, right? What happens to the son? What happens with this kind of murder plot? What happens with these two renegade biker gang outlaws? Liz, I understand that you have like kind of like an idea, a vision for what could happen in season 2. Is that right?
First of all, I want to make a quick pitch.
Okay.
For me, as a writer on a crime show.
Okay.
I have watched.
You commit crimes. Liz has
I've
deep
had
knowledge of
on
crimes.
the ground crime experience. I also watch every single crime show. Once my friend was making fun of me because I hadn't seen some movie. And she was like, how can you not seen this movie? And I said, well, I was homeschooled. We didn't get to watch a lot of movies. And she goes, ma'am, you are 42. What have you been doing with your time? And I just kind of stared at her and she goes, have you seen every single episode of Criminal Minds twice? And I was like, 3 times actually. And she goes, I rest my case.
That's
what? No, I
crazy.
love Criminal Minds.
That's so much television.
I just
though.
turn it on and then, fold clothes or something.
Wow.
I love, but so first of all, listen, at the writer's room for Task, you're doing an incredible job. You don't need me. However, should you, I love you very much. And I think you're all really hot.
Very pretty.
You know who else is hot? Mark Ruffalo.
What do we need? What do we need from this Mark?
I want Mark Ruffalo to have his Pedro Pascal moment. What we did for Pedro Pascal, I want us to do for Mark Ruffalo. I want the baby-dad-ification of Mark Ruffalo. Make him slutty.
Yes.
Put him out there.
I'm
Make
on
him a
board.
little hot. I don't think it's a very risky time to support a straight white man.
But if
very
he's
risky time.
But if he's hot.
But I think this is a good bet. I think we can do it with him. I'm willing to put it on the line for Mark Ruffalo.
Risk it for the biscuit. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we can do this. So if y'all want to give us, some scenes of him going out dating,
I mean,
wearing
that's like
little shorty shorts, give him those 5-inch athletic seam Lululemons.
Let's see them yams.
Let's see them yams.
I'm on board. 100% in. Hot Mark Ruffalo season 2 attack. This is the like little slutty season. This is the little like
This is
nasty
what
season.
people want.
The people have spoken and they want Mark Ruffalo with sex appeal.
I also don't know, besides you, who else is watching Task?
It might just be us.
It's just
And
us, but we've
that's
watched
why,
it so much, we
as-
get a second season.
as HBO's official partner for the Task fan cast.
Oh yeah, they should make us do a Task podcast.
Could be a bonus.
A little
Let us
spin-off.
know. Write in. What do you think of a watch along bonus of the new season of Task?
I feel like most people aren't watching crime shows at the level. No,
It's
actually,
pretty dark
they are.
right now. It's a dark time
I
right now.
love a dark crime show.
I do too.
Do you know what other show I am obsessed with? Speaking of dark crime shows,
What's that?
All Her Fault.
I haven't heard about this one. What is it?
That's because you're not a middle-aged woman and you are not having this show marketed to you. It has Dakota Fanning.
Oh, I love Dakota Fanning.
She was in The Perfect Couple with that Nicole Kidman movie where she plays that like deranged pregnant lady, and she did such a good job. Dakota Fanning. incredible work. And now she's back, and she's in All Her Fault. It also has Sarah Snook in it.
From Succession.
Yes, greatest actor, one of the greatest actresses of our time.
Totally.
She has range, and so we got Sarah Snook and Dakota Fanning, and they're playing. I like a crime show where it involves rich women drinking glasses of wine. Like if it looks like it could have been made by like a Reese Witherspoon production company, where it's like women wrapping themselves in shawls, contemplating whether their husbands could be murderers. I want that.
It's for the kids.
For the kids, for me, I need it. So a boy goes missing. Again, I'm not going to do a spoiler, but Sarah Snook's son goes missing. They're rich. And then we have to find out who did it. And it is this plot that involves rich families, private schools, nannies. And it's
amazing.
It's so fun. But the thing that I really love about this show is you can tell like they listened to women when they made it, because it also talks a little bit about like invisible labor. You know, these husbands consider themselves good and involved fathers, but they don't know when their kid's last doctor appointment was, right? They're like, what does he like to eat? I don't know. The character of the detective McCornville, is played by Michael Pena, who does an incredible job. He is the father of a disabled kid, and and so he's like investigating these rich families. And he also is dealing with like parental labor at home between him and his wife, raising their developmentally disabled son. And my youngest brother is developmentally disabled. And he's so much so that he could never live on his own independently. And I just really always appreciate a show that displays that in a way that's not like trying to mine it for like emotional drama, but is talking about that parenting labor, is talking about what it means to actually be a supportive parent, and then kind of like doing that difficult work of like highlighting the labor. Eve Rodsky loves this show. Yeah. She keeps talking about it.
It's a really good sign.
Yes, and the Eve Rodsky of the Fair Play Institute, of the book Fair Play, who talks about the labor that women do and how we can be more equal with the labor. I don't know. I think All Her Fault is just a fun thriller that has kind of this bananas ending, but it also is just like this well-written, well-acted show that talks a lot about, incidentally, about like parenting labor and the gender labor divide, and also has this really humane like depiction of parents struggling with raising a disabled kid.
And so that's All Her Fault. You can watch that. Is that on Prime?
Peacock.
That's a Peacock. But go let us write in. Let us know what movies you're watching during this week-long break. We'll be curious to see what those are.
And I will review them on Letterboxd.
Liz and her ex will be writing synopses of said.
Do you know what I call an ex-boyfriend?
What's that, Liz?
A supporter of the show.
Hey!
So many of them are still newsletter subscribers. Shout out, boys.
Yeah, subscriber's just a man you haven't met yet.
You know what actually is crazy is a lot of the ex-wives of the men I've dated are newsletter subscribers.
That's rad.
Actually,
shout out to that demographic.
An ex-mother-in-law. I know of at least 2 ex-mother-in-laws of men I've dated who subscribe to the newsletter. I know. You guys, you can't get away with anything. I know. You think you're being so subtle? I know. And you are avid readers.
And you're welcome.
Yeah, and I love that for you. If you want to get in my email and you want to talk shit sometime, let's go.
If you want to, like, I don't know, type into your browser memo.fm/dingus. I don't know, might make good fodder for a future episode.
Leave me a little memo about how your now ex-son-in-law is real tool belt.
if you will.
If you will.
Thanks for listening. Patreon.com/Liz. LENZ is the home of the Dingus of the Week, a Men Yell at Me media production. Love or hate what you heard. If you hate it, I was thinking about this. A way to support the show. Just press play. You don't even have to listen to it. Just press play. Leave it on. Supports the show either way.
If you hate the show, you should definitely post on social media about how much you hate the show.
Oh, yeah.
Every platform.
Really give it to us.
Trash us on all of the platforms. Be like, I hate Liz Lenz and the sound of her voice.
And get in line is all I'll say to you. Love or hate what you heard. Help us by supporting the show, subscribing, becoming a member at $5 a month to help keep this show and this project going. Every member is appreciated. You can also support by helping people find the show. Share it with a friend, rate and review wherever you listen to podcasts. These reviews help with the ranking, so please make sure to write in.
Big thanks to Men Yell at Me newsletter editor who remains anonymous but continues to save my butt.
All the time.
Save all of our butts.
Didn't save my week, but certainly saved your week.
Wow. We didn't ask her to edit that.
God damn it.
That's what, if there are any errors, it is because we went rogue.
To the camera, I'm so sorry.
We love an editor. This podcast supports editors.
This podcast is brought to you by editors everywhere.
Speaking of editors, we also have assistant editor Isabella Rosario,
Amen.
who we adore. And Dingus of the Week is produced by Zachary Oren Smith. And our theme music is by Laura Benitez and The Heartache. This song is goofy and it slaps. We love it.
Take us out.
Dingus of the week, lost your paddle up Ship Creek. You're not smart, you're just an a-hole. Elon's calling from his K-hole. Read those racist tweets, tell lies about vaccines. Perhaps you'll be our dingus of the week. It's a race straight to the bottom, down so deep it's hard to fathom. Fascists all take turns fiddling as the nation burns. Like those history lessons you refuse to learn. Dingus of the week, the country's past its peak. We're all paying for your sin. Might as well let the brainworms win. You're wild, we can't have nice things. Time to bring back the guillotines. And now let's see our dingus of the week.
That was really good.
What's that?
You snapped in there. That was that was really good.
Yeah.
Nice job.
My mom's a music teacher.
It's not a flex.
It is. I don't actually. I was going to be like, I've got rhythm. I do not want to die on the hill of me having rhythm because look at me.
It never looks good.
I don't have rhythm.
It's you never want to be the white person dying on the hill of rhythm or of I don't wash my ass with my hand. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like I feel like every
what?
this is
Oh, is this one of those social media debates where people are like use a washcloth or don't?
yeah.
And they're like,
Well, and so the joke is that white people don't wash their ass with washcloths; they wash it with their hands.
that's disgusting.
Yeah, and what people don't realize is white people just have naturally more abrasive hands, and we have textured hands, and it just shows that folks aren't really plugged in with the whites.
That's disgusting.